Welcome back to the KIX 96.5 Morning Show. Saturday night, 7 o'clock at the Ford Wyoming Center in Casper. Billy Currington is performing with opening acts Matt Steele and Hannah Ellis. You can get tickets at FordWyomingCenter.com. And we're excited to have Hannah Ellis, one of the openers, on the show. She's on the phone with us. She's blowing up the country world. Her latest single, Wine Country, is out now. Hannah, thanks so much for coming on.
Heck yeah, thanks for having me.
Wow. Well, first, happy belated birthday. You celebrated a birthday over the weekend.
I did, and it was pretty fun. I'm not going to lie.
Was this at your house? Where was the outside scene? That looks pretty cool.
It was. Yeah, so we have this big, huge old magnolia tree in it's kind of our side yard, and we were walking one day, and my husband said, hey, what if we threw you like a birthday dinner, and I hung up some lights at the bottom of this tree, and we did it under there. I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. And we pulled it off.
It was pretty sweet. Well, let's go back, because I saw an interview with you. Tell us your story, Hannah. What, you were watching a Hannah Montana movie, The Small Girl, The Musical Dream, what?
That's right. He knows the true story. Yeah. So when I was about to graduate high school, I already had a full ride scholarship to college. And about 2 months before, I took my little sister to see the Hannah Montana movie, and it just touched me, and I just started like crying. I like cried through the whole movie, and it was like my come to Jesus. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to be a singer. And so I went home and I told my mom, and she's like, okay, well, let's call your dad. And so I called my dad, and he's like, okay, this isn't some sport that you can like play for a season and quit.
Yeah.
I said, no, I mean it. And so they totally supported my dream. They said, we'd like for you to still go on to college because you have a scholarship. So, but if you'll go to college, we'll help you get to Nashville. And they did. So I moved here after I graduated college and been doing it ever since.
Yeah, grew up in a small town in Kentucky. You go to University of Kentucky. What do you major in?
That's right. Integrated Strategic Communications. I know.
Whatever the hell that is.
Such a long name. Yeah. It's basically a marketing and a PR degree mixed together.
Okay. Well, it works for what you're doing.
That's right. It does. It does.
Well,
that's right.
I mean, and you think, well, Hannah looks young. She just made it right away. No, I saw it 13 years ago. You have like the Daymaker video on YouTube. You've been at this a while.
Yes, I have, man. I mean, I've been like chasing this dream for a while now, and it's so funny though, isn't it? This this overnight success that people think happens, but it's actually one night at a time, and it takes a while.
Yeah. What was the national anthem at the basketball arena in Kentucky? Was that your first big crowd, or what was your first big crowd?
Oh wow! Actually, even further back. So when I was in high school, I was in FFA. Or Future Farmers of America, as it was called then.
I know all about that.
There you go. And I got to sing at the national convention because I won the singing contest. So I got to sing at the national convention in front of like 30,000 people.
Wow.
So that was I would say that was probably one of those moments that sparked my, I kind of like this.
I kind of like it.
This is kind of fun for me.
Yeah. Wow. Well, FFA, it's huge around here. We're in Wyoming. What were you raising? Sheep? What were you doing at FFA?
No, you want to know what is so funny? Well, I did learn how to weld, which is kind of wild. Can you imagine a welding singer? I don't know. But no, so one of the things you could compete in was voice, or they had a vocal talent show. So I always did that, and that was I kind of held that down for our school, our little school in Kentucky.
Wow, that's awesome. Your Opry debut in 2021, you got to play it again, last month?
Yeah.
I mean, does it get better? Do you get less nerves? What's going through?
I was getting ready to say, I keep thinking that the nerves will settle at some point, but there is just something about that stage. I think it's just knowing all of the people who have played there.
Yeah.
I think it's just, there's something in the air there, some magic on that stage where you just feel all those iconic artists through the years and through the generations that have been there, and just getting to be part of that community is just still so special.
Yeah, well, it kind of for me, like when I go to Red Rocks, every time when I walk in,
Ugh.
it's like you can just feel the
dream.
magic. I imagine when
Oh,
you step
yeah.
on the Opry stage, you can just feel the magic.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It's incredible. Well, it's so cute when on the first time when you go there, you go, yeah, I cried between songs because I was so overwhelmed.
I was. Oh, it was wild. It was a magical moment for sure.
Yeah. CMA Fest this summer. Was it crazy to look out and see a whole flash mob line dancing?
Oh, I lost all chill. I lost all chill. I even knew it was going to happen, and I still was like jumping up and down on stage, like screaming, like barely even singing, because it was just one of the coolest things I'd ever seen.
That had to be incredible, seeing all those people line dancing to your song.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's impressive. We're chatting with Hannah Ellis. Go check her out. HannahEllisMusic.com is her website. She's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. She's everywhere. Wine Country is her latest single. You can see her Saturday night opening for Billy Currington at the Forward Wyoming Center in Casper. Curb Records. How did this relationship happen? Why? What?
You know, crazy. It's actually a really fun story. So I signed my publishing deal at a company called Word Country back in 2015. And then my company got bought by Curb. So I became a Curb songwriter because they bought out the deal that I was part of, right? So then it was Curb Word Entertainment. That's what the company became. And so I was a songwriter in the building for years. And finally, whenever we got bought, as the years passed, they moved the A&R department, which is the record label side, into the same building as the publishing. And my publisher at the time, in 2018, I think it was, basically just walked across the hall and said, "Hey, this girl writes for us, and I think you should really look at her as an artist for our label." And it kind of started there, and the relationship started, and it was just one of those perfect things where I got to know everyone in the building, and that's kind of rare. You know, a lot of times people sign record deals and they meet everybody on their signing day, and I had the luxury of knowing everybody before I signed, and really having those relationships set in place.
Yeah. Well, because you were writing before, just like you said.
Right.
Were you wondering, is my singing career ever going to happen, or am I going to be stuck writing songs the rest of my life?
You know, it's funny. When I first signed my deal, I was always an artist, and always those were my aspirations. But I took the songwriting very seriously, and so I focused a lot on it. And until I got some cuts, I got cuts on Carly Pearce and Daniel Bradbury and Russell Dickerson and Ray Lynn. And once I kind of felt like I'd proven myself as a songwriter, then I felt like, okay, now that I've done this, I really want to showcase that I'm an artist as well, and shifted my focus to that a lot more, like in 2017, kind of 18, and that was when it was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Well, and you mentioned that some of the artists that have done your songs, Russell Dickerson, Carly Pearce. It seems like you and Carly are friends now.
Yeah. So Carly and I met, I mean, man, close to when I first moved to town. We're both from Kentucky, and so I think that's how we ended up getting set up to write together. And so that friendship just kind of kept growing through the years, and we just realized how much we have in common and how similar our stories are. And she's just been such an advocate for me, like all through my career, honestly. And like, I love the fact that we get to go out on the road together. We're actually going out together this fall.
Yeah.
And, you know, we get to also drink wine together after the shows, which is nice.
Yeah, we're going to chat about Wine Country, because holy cow. Did you think writing Wine Country, you went to Food and Wine magazine, you got custom boots made, you're drinking wine everywhere? Did you think that when you wrote this song?
You know, it's one of those things that you put Luke Casey in a song and you're like, maybe one day they'll hear it. Did I think that I would get a custom pair of wine boots out of it? No. No, I did not. That is just, I mean, but isn't that amazing what music can do? I mean, it just speaks to people, and I feel like I jokingly, selfishly wrote it for myself. It's very much just my personality and the things that I love, and the fact that I think, you know, I'm not one or the other. I'm not just one thing. I'm both. I'm bougie and I'm backroads, and yet I think that so many people feel that way. They're like, wait, I'm not just one thing.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy what has transpired since you wrote this song. You mentioned it. I mean, obviously you liked wine, or did you go to wine country or what?
Yeah, the first time I ever went out to Napa Valley was in January of 2020, and it was just like one of the most special trips. My husband and I went with some of our best friends, and we just had a blast, and we really got into like the wine industry and wine culture. But then, we laughed about the fact that I would take a nice bottle of wine out to his mom's farm, and I would drink it out of a solo cup. That way I could fit in with everyone else, but I could still have my wine.
Oh, that's good. Well, what's your favorite wine? Are you white or red?
I'm typically a red girl. That's normally where I live. I love a Cab Sav. That's where I usually go. That's my safe place.
Nice. I'm a red guy more than white.
Right.
Well, you mentioned your husband, Nick. He's also an artist. I love that he has a song that's called I Don't Get Out Much, when it seems like that's all you're doing, Hannah, is getting out.
That's right. I know. We joke about it all the time. We keep joking that the music video just needs to be him going out to all of these places.
Yeah, him going out everywhere watching you. That's
right. That's right.
Oh, that would be hilarious. So, I mean, how'd you guys meet? Obviously through music somehow.
Yeah, so he was actually my across the hall neighbor when I moved to Nashville.
Oh, wow.
We lived in the same apartment complex, and I was in 102 and he was in 109.
Oh, geez.
I know. Some people call it a meet cute, if you will.
The way you guys have stayed together and seeing everything grow, it's had to be
incredible.
Incredible.
It is, and it's so cool because it's like we've known each other in every season, and I think that's what's really cool. I mean, we were so young when we met, and it's like just cool to not only see each other grow as humans, but to see each other's careers constantly growing and evolving, and to see us accomplishing things that we used to sit around and dream about.
Yeah.
It's just really cool.
Well, going from broke and trying to make it.
That's right. That's right. To having a house.
We got a house. We got some money. Wow. What the hell's going on here? Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Pretty awesome. Go check her out. HannahEllisMusic.com. She's everywhere. Go follow her on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. She's going to be there Saturday night, Ford Wyoming Center, opening up for Billy Currington. So make sure you get there at 7 o'clock so you can watch Hannah. That's for sure. What's with baseball? The Diamondbacks. Is this your team? Is this?
No, it was one of those things where it was actually a friend of mine that's in our building at our label, and he has just a connection there. And I haven't gotten to spend a lot of time in Phoenix. I haven't gotten to play a lot of shows out there, and we just thought it was a really cool way for me to kind of get introduced to that market. And also, I'm a sports girl. I love sports. I don't know that baseball is my number one, probably more of a football girl, basketball girl, if I'm being honest. Yeah. But it was so much fun, and I love Phoenix, and I loved going to the game and just being part of that culture. It was just really, really cool.
Yeah, you went to Kentucky. You got to love basketball.
That's right. That's right. You get it. He understands. We're a basketball school.
Yeah, you're definitely a basketball school. Well, you're going to be in Wyoming tomorrow night, Saturday night. You've never been here before.
I'm so excited. It is one of the 5 states left that I haven't been to.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know. I'm excited to check the box.
Now, Casper isn't the prettiest place in Wyoming, so I'll warn you right now. When you go there, and you're like, what, where's the mountains? You're going to kind of see them. There is Casper Mountain, but it's not the Bighorns or the Rockies, or but yeah, it's still nice.
Well, we decided to make a trip of it, and we're driving from Grand Junction to Casper. Okay. So at least we'll get to see some of the terrain.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're up north. The north and west, Jackson's out west, right. Yellowstone, and then up north here. I'm on the foothills of the Bighorns, so it's a lot prettier up here. But Casper's still nice. I mean, it's still Wyoming. It's still.
Hey, that's right. I get to see it. It's my first time, not my last time.
Exactly. She will definitely be back. Well, and congratulations, because you have some headliner dates coming up in September.
Yes, I do. I have my first headlining run the first weekend of September, 8th. Is it 7th, 8th, and 9th? And I'm going to Chicago, and then Ottawa, and up in Michigan and Grand Rapids. So it's going to be a really fun time.
Yeah. Well, and I like it because I have my dad's same middle name. You have your dad's same middle name.
Oh my gosh! And so does my husband, because the secret is his middle name is Wayne. That's his dad's middle name.
Oh, wow.
I know. Look at us.
Look at that. I love how your dad kind of comes to some of your stuff.
He does. He's actually going to be driving us around for the headlining shows on the bus. He's going to keep it interesting.
He's still keeping a watch of his little
That's
girl.
right. That's right.
Making sure she's all right. Well, I mean, amazing career. I can't wait to see what keeps happening to you, Hannah, because it's just been you probably feel like you're on a rocket right now.
Oh yeah, it's just been incredible, and it just keeps coming tenfold. It's just been an incredible year.
Yeah, wine country. I imagine this is just the tip of the iceberg. Are we going to keep doing singles? What's coming?
Oh yeah, we have a couple more singles, and then we're bringing out the whole thing. We're dropping the album. It's about time we get some music out there.
Yeah, well, go and see her Saturday night, Ford Wyoming Center. Go and follow her. Go check her out, HannahEllisMusic.com. Well, here's wine country. Hannah, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, Jeff. We'll talk to you soon.
It's Hannah Ellis. It's KIX 96.5.